Good evening. It's Latasha Thomas, your worth coach and restoration strategist, here to bring you tonight's moment of clarity. Guys, it has been an amazing week for me, and I hope the same for you. I hope that you're able to find some positivity in the area surrounding you. And if not, if you're only able to see negativity, I hope that tonight I will be able to help you through those seasons in which you feel a little bit too much toxicity. So tonight's moment of clarity topic is tokens for overcoming toxicity. I think all of us have entered seasons in our lives in which we had to really fight that toxicity, or maybe have even become a part of it. There are times when there may be some toxicity or toxic mindsets in the workplace. There may be some toxic mindsets in our family. We may be the host of toxic mindsets. And so tonight I just want to kind of dissect that and try to help you get some ideas or change your perspective around it. What I found in seasons in which I felt like I was a major part of it, or I was around it, or it was drawn towards me, or I had trouble trying to stay positive in my workplace conversations, I had to really dig deep and see, what is it about me? What is it about this situation or this environment that is drawing on that type of energy? And furthermore, is this something that I want to keep around me? So I had to begin to create certain boundaries. And so for the first point, I really want to say that toxicity is a matter of perception, right? Is it a matter of your perception or true reality? Or as many people like to say, is it facts over feelings? Are people really coming after you? Or is it your own perception that makes you feel that way? Are people really sharing all of the negativity with you all the time? Or are you allowing that into your space? Is this something that is truly a negative mindset or a negative situation? We need to learn to evaluate it and stay on the side of facts and not be so emotionally carried by each of our situations and environments. I think it's easy sometimes. Your friend tells you something negative and you start to wrap yourself up in that negative space with them. Or you may hear a negative story, maybe about your, if it's in your workplace, it may be about a coworker, maybe about a supervisor, maybe about leadership. Or you may be in leadership and there are people that are your subordinates or your employees who are causing a ruckus among each other. How do you navigate that space? What is the true, deeper reason for these things? Can you see how it may not be something that someone's trying to attack you? Perhaps they just have a different mindset than you do, and it's time for you to try to understand where that mindset is coming from. Maybe if you have a deeper understanding of that person as a whole, you'll be able to discern, is this really my perception of this person trying to attack me, or is this my reality? Are they really doing things in a factual manner that is causing me to feel this type of way? And so when we can begin to look at that, we can see, how this may be a problem. So for us, when I think about this whole toxic environment, right? I was having a conversation with some of my friends early this morning after we got off of the TGIM call with Eric Thomas. Really great call. I recommend that you guys check in if you're on Clubhouse to do that next week, and we can kind of have a dialogue about it next week. But we were having like a little debrief session, and we were talking about how people have toxic mindsets and how we need to create boundaries around it. And one of my friends brought up the topic of boxing, right? And how you have to move swift if you're a boxer. So you got to take the hit and just bounce right back. Because if you take a hit and you keep stumbling, that's it. You're going to lose the match. Same goes for our life. If we can't stick and move real quick or dodge those punches that are coming at us in a proper way, then we're going to lose the match. We're going to lose the workplace situation, the promotion. We're going to lose gaining character in our personal lives. We're going to lose mental health, right? So if we're doing that, if we're in that situation, I was saying to her, well, homegirl, listen, if you have a real good cut man, right? And the cut man is, for those of you who don't watch boxing, the cut man is the one you sit down, you just finished the fight. You're in the midst of the fight. You're boom, everybody's hitting each other. They're getting some licks. You might get most of the licks, but the opponent has hit you a few times and you got a little cut on the eyebrow, right? And so as the cut comes on the eyebrow, the cut man quickly puts this ice thing on it. He's going to get down the swelling. He's going to put all this whatever salve. It looks just like some Vaseline. I don't know exactly what this stuff is. Probably medicated ointment. They throw that sucker on there. It's nice and thick. And the boxer gets right back up and starts fighting again, just like there was no cut. And my point was, if we can begin to change our mindset, if we can begin to change our perspective, even if the opponent hits us another couple of times with a couple uppercuts and a straight jab, it doesn't matter because our cut man is so good, right? It doesn't even bother us anymore. So when we get our mindset straight, when we can overcome toxicity in a positive way, we can combat it with something positive, and we sit down after we just finished our workplace drama and we sit down at home, it doesn't come back. It doesn't feel like a wound. It doesn't feel like it hurts because our cut man, our mindset is in such a way that it medicates it. We know how to put it in perspective and we can get back out there and win the fight. So all I'm saying, exactly, Naja, stick and move. All I'm saying is make sure that your cut man or your mindset is in a position that you're able to take the punches of life and be able to navigate them. Swing, miss, oh, you got me, but I'm good. I'm able to navigate this and I can take it and help it to become something better. I can use this energy in a positive way, even if it's something negative, even if it hurts, I can use it. So that's the first thing. I need you guys to navigate. Is this perception or is this reality? And as most people saying nowadays, facts over feelings, right? The next thing is you need to move strategically. When you look at a boxer, they're very strategic. Their footwork is on point. Their body, they're using their hips to use the punch or get the power behind the punch. They're not just throwing their arms any old kind of way. They have strategy. They're looking at the opponent. They're making sure that the opponent is not doing certain things before they throw a certain type of punch. They may even do a couple of things that will distract the opponent so that they can get in a good punch, or have them drop their arms or lose their defense mechanism, which is their arms, right, and their hands. So there are different things, or you're studying your opponent's weak spots. You may even do your homework and look at the weak spot before you get into the ring. And so my point is, before you get into these toxic situations, you've got to work on your mindset. You've got to work on your personal security, your sense of security and self. You need to work on the things that we've already talked about, affirming yourself, self-care, so that when those punches come, you're not swinging wild because you're tired. Have you ever watched a boxing match when one of the opponents is exhausted? It looks sloppy half the time. You don't want to go through life sloppy. We don't have time for that. This is a season where there's so many resources for us to get ourselves straight as far as mental health is concerned. There's a huge push, especially since COVID-19, of helping people who've been feeling isolated and lonely, to help them with their mental health, keeping people connected virtually, all these different things. We've got to take advantage of the resources available to us. When we don't have the resources that at our fingertips, we need to reach out. Guys, feel free to reach out to me, connect with me, DM me if you need some assistance. But the point is that we've got to be strategic about how we navigate through life. Because if not, our opponent will be free to take advantage of us. And when I talk about the opponent, I'm talking about the curveballs that happen in life. I'm talking about the uppercuts that happen in life. When you're going about your life smooth and everything's going well, and then all of a sudden something hits, some situation arises, family members start doing things differently, workplace drama begins to happen. But when you're grounded and rooted, most importantly in God, then you're able to navigate those punches and keep it moving, right? And stay up on your feet. The last thing I want to say is that you need to keep the end in mind. So if you're not staying focused on the goal, let's talk about the workplace in particular. There have been seasons where I couldn't see the end, where I may have come into my workplace and I was like, I have this goal in mind, and then things kept happening. And I was not able to see, why in the world am I here? I can't understand why I'm going through the things that I'm going through. And we've already talked about perception versus reality, or fact versus fiction, or facts over feelings. We've already talked about having to move strategically, being able to get your mindset right, your mental health in check, your self-care in check. But now we have to go a step further and keep the end in mind. What is the purpose of this season? What is the purpose? How can I learn? How can I understand a little deeper while I'm in this toxic situation? What can I obtain from this? Is there a way, if it's in your workplace, that you can flip that thing around and have a better understanding of how to better lead your team if you should have one? Is there a way for you to say, hey, well, this is still an opportunity for me to gain some more skill sets. This workplace may feel toxic, but it gives me an opportunity to learn and grow so that I can move those skill sets to another job, to another opportunity. Maybe this is something that is going to prepare me and propel me forward. Maybe this is an opportunity for me to grow in my mindset so that in the next situation, I have a mature mindset and I'm able to navigate the problems, navigate the unexpected, as Naja says. So guys, I hope that tonight you will remember, when you find yourself in a toxic situation, you can mentally get yourself out of it. Those curveballs, that opponent, just like a boxer, will still come at you. They're still going to make a swing. But when you're strong, when your core is right, when your abs are good, and I don't mean physically, when your core is right, when your heart is right and your mind is intact, you can tackle and accomplish anything, toxic or not. So my whole point is, make sure that your cut man, your mental space is in a good space, and you'll be able to navigate the negativity. And I hope you have enjoyed the tokens for overcoming toxicity tonight. Again, my name is Latasha Thomas. I'm your worth coach and restoration strategist. You can connect with me at Victory by Nicole on Instagram. You can also follow me or subscribe on YouTube, Dr. Latasha Thomas. I'll be posting some of those videos, and feel free to invite, share, like on that platform. I love you guys, and I hope that you're having an amazing Monday night. See you next Monday. Bye-bye.